Hey everybody, Crimson Thunder here. Welcome to level 4 of this playthrough of Tomb Raider 2. Last time we have ended up going through the level of the Valtteri hideout. And this level is known as the Opera House. And back in the day, this is actually the level that actually seems to be fairly difficult for me back in the day, and we did not get past a certain point s- until several times later. Now this is going to be a pretty long level, so we're going to do I'm going to try to go through it the best I can. Immediately off the bat, after sliding into this level, we have ourselves a swinging crate over here that will do damage to you if you're not careful. And directly below us, there actually is a goon with a gun. And this is a really difficult one to actually deal with, so let's go. But the way I like dealing with him is pretty simple. And this is the first time we're going to be using our grenade launcher. In that way, you'll not be able to take any damage. And as I ended up stating in the very beginning of the game, I'm not too actually caring too much about the actual statistics that I have. Just the fact that I eliminate the enemy altogether is all that really matters. So doing this grenade launcher that way is the best way I can do to not take any damage in that particular way. We are going to need to actually open some stuff up. But actually, hold on one second. I do need to do something real quick. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I do not want this grenade launcher out. Anyway, so our objective here is to actually go through the opera house and re- reach the actual next destination, which is an airplane that will bring us to the Adriatic Sea. And still off to a slightly clumsy start. Sometimes I just wish I had an actual controller that would actually do this, because this would actually be much easier. Anyway, we're going to. There is a switch that we actually do need to actually flip in order to open a particular door, which that's not how we actually do it. Ah, here we go. Flip this switch right here. That will open that'll open that door where there will be a thug that with a particular club will be waiting. go ahead and climb back to where we were before that little error that we made. And just in case anything screws up, I'm going to save right here. I'll do a run and jump. Now for this encounter, because of the really short quarters, I will actually bring the shotgun here. Should have plenty enough ammo, and I really want to save those grenades for something really serious. The the close quarters combat is just so real here that it's just something that I need to do. Takes 2 shots to kill them, and then there'll be another thug that will come down the stairs, and we'll take him out with the regular pistols. Key. They will drop a med pack. Now that we are back to this area, we're going to be going to the next place. And this is actually an Orient key, which we're going to need to access areas that are deeper within the Opera House. We are gonna need full health for what we need to do. Okay, let's save one more time. Sometimes the camera angles can be your worst enemy. Okay, so now for getting into this area, not by jumping backwards, by the way. We are going to need to go through that window. And when I mean going through the window, you have to shoot out the window, because if you jump through it, there's a bunch of glass shards that, just like with spikes, if you hit them after jumping, you will die instantly. Now shimmy to the right over here to avoid this crate. There we go. Now we're just gonna shimmy to the left over here. Use regular pistols to push stuff out, and yeah, just shoot that just for the lulz. Now we're gonna carefully walk through these glass shards, because it will hurt you otherwise. And we're going to go ahead and climb these stairs. And once we get up top of these stairs, we are going to make a save. This ornate key that we ended up getting from there will actually open this door. And from here, got ourselves an area where if we are not careful, we will actually can fall to our death. So these wall ceilings do actually collapse since this seems to be an old abandoned opera house. Oops. I am going to use my automatic pistols because there are multiple enemies in this area that we want to be able to deal with as quickly as possible. And the automatic pistols are perfect for the situation. Because there are going to be like two other enemies that are actually on this side over here. Two gunmen. And using anything but the automatic pistols here will be suicidal. Alright, so anyway. Now that those enemies are dealt with, we can go ahead and collect the loot. We can just switch back to these for now. More ammo. Large meta pack, right, that this guy drops over here. Now next thing we gotta do is flip a switch over by this area right here. This will open a door to actually head towards the stage area. Up. I can see the button over here. And there's gonna be two more bad guys that will spawn. So we do gotta prepare for that. I can deal with one guy with a thug from a long range with the normal pistols, not with two. Now that those enemies are dispatched, I believe this guy does not drop anything, but this guy drops shotgun shells and a flare box, so we've actually got our 2 shots back that we had from a previous encounter. Let me actually go ahead and drop here. Do not flip the switch on the right just yet because there is currently no point of that. Instead, we are going to flip this switch. That way, we can get to the actual opera house. So that way we now can climb up all this. And once we get to this next section, we'll make a save because there actually are a lot of enemies that are actually in this particular area. And there's also sandbag traps.
Uh-huh.
That guy. Those guys are far, at least those dogs are far enough away so we can actually deal with them. And we're gonna come back to this little elevator area later. There are still a ton of enemies. Make sure you keep running. These doors are opening too. There we go. And didn't lose too much of our health, but conserved plenty of ammo. Down below, there is a thug with a bat that's gonna spawn down there along with a dog. There actually is two dogs here. And on the other on that other ledge over there, there's actually a guy with a gun. We can actually take this guy off from here. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Now there's a Alright, so now this section, I believe we do have enough enemies eliminated.
Uh-huh.
I mean, all the enemies are eliminated. We're gonna go up there in a little while because that's actually there's actually a pickups there. Whoops. Good thing I was far. Good thing I was actually just far away enough. And at least good thing I didn't flinch. Some people likely would have if they were that close. Okay.
Uh-huh.
This guy gives 2 pairs of automatic pistol ammo. We'll save here because since there was a lot of enemies to deal with. Use a small meta pack here. This guy had some Uzi clips. So at least we get some more ammo for where we really need to, because we may actually use them in one particular area. Running. There we go. Both of those baddies are down,
Uh-huh.
and I think just only one of them drops a large med pack. More traps are gonna end up triggering, so just use caution. There's actually one right over here. Let's actually go around the broken glass shards, and we're actually going to jump across this little ledge on over to there. The switch up here will lower that drawbridge. Now that we got that, we're gonna be able to access the next area. With the rest. All right, so that thing's dead. So let's sit. We're gonna save here just in case if we screw up on this the sandbag drop over here. Alright, so this switch will drop this next sandbag to open the next area that we will need to access. This next area is a little bit dark, so just start acting this area will light a flare. Apparently this opera house seems to be quite a bit flooded. Here's the first secret of the level right here. Next thing we gotta find is the relay box, so we can also get the elevator that we need to use working. Because once we get that, we'll have the ability to access the next secret. There's the relay box.
Uh-huh.
Those are the footsteps of a gunman. I don't know where he is though. There he is. Sorry, got caught off guard a little bit. I meant to use my pistols, but that at least will do. Come on. There we go. Now we're going to go back to the area where we found that elevator earlier. How do I get back up there? Just gonna save here just in case. Okay, this is alright, this is where we go. Okay, so now that we're back up here, we're going to actually go into this area here where we ended up finding those dogs and that rat. Finally put the relay box in. Flip this, and we're going to flip the switch right here. But we're not gonna yet go into this elevator. Because here is the second secret in this game.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, for this particular level. You also want to flip the switch right here as well. That will open the door. And if you had not got the Uzis from the previous level, this is where you would actually find them. And let's see, how much Uzi ammo do I have now? Now we're gonna call the elevator back up, and we're actually gonna use the Uzis for this next area because word of warning: do not use normal pistols for it. Get in the elevator here. I'll go ahead and save. There are two gunmen that are actually here, and if you And the Uzis here actually
Uh-huh.
can get you past this particular area with the least amount of damage.
Uh-huh.
And they reward you with 2 boxes of shotgun shells. After you beat those guys, go ahead and send the elevator back up. Now I'm going to go over here because now we have what we really came down here for, and this is the circuit board.
Uh-huh.
And back where I said that do not flip that switch on the right once we get into that area, because now with the circuit board, it's going to actually finally open up the curtain so we can head towards the exit. Now that we have accomplished that, and go ahead and open this up. We're going to deal with this rat. I believe there is one more rat in this particular small section over here. Watch out. Did hear another rat just now. It's right over there. Should take care of that. Ah, yeah, this section now. This is where we actually get the an important key. This is where we're going to be getting the key. And I'll admit that this is actually the area where, for quite some time, when my dad and I were actually playing this game, this is where we really got stuck for a long time. And before we go any further, I am going to save this game because these fans will instantly kill
Uh-huh.
you. And this key right here will open an area where we need to have opened. What did I tell you about those things instantly killing you?
Uh-huh.
Well, not necessarily instant kill, but if you do get too close to them, they definitely will damage you. That's actually side jump. There is one rat in here, and believe it or not, this is where him and I ended up getting stuck for a while. And we learned that you have to jump up the shaft, and you actually And a better way to actually do this is to actually backflip,
Uh-huh.
as I'll show you in a little bit once we actually get back to the area. Okay. And let's go ahead and save here so we don't have to backtrack all that much. Come on, Rimzen. Okay, so the backflip twice actually. This is actually much easier with a controller when I actually played it on the PlayStation. And then we do a forward jump here to the last secret of this level without getting too close. Sometimes this can be a little frustrating. I do apologize. I'm definitely not the perfect player. It might be able to help slightly by lighting a flare. Cautiously do that, and we get 320 rounds of Uzi ammo added to our ammo stockpile. Now, before we actually proceed with any of this other nonsense we are about to experience, we are going to save here. And we are going to need to move this box out of the way. This will reveal a button that will that will open this up, and we are going to need to move this box out over there so we can actually access the return area for where we're going to go to go put that circuit board in. Sorry that was a little bit more frustrating than I thought. As you see, this is kind of what my dad and I ended up going through. Take this window here, and for some funny reason, this box will actually face through the window. That's not broken. Okay, now that we're back up here, here is a thug. We will quickly dispatch. They do not drop. They do not drop anything. Now that those guys are that he's taken care of, now we're going to head back to where we first enter this place. I thought I heard a gunman footstep. And that key that we got in that dressing room that we were in opens this door over here. I'm just gonna quickly load here and move this thug slightly better. There we go. Sometimes I wished I was able to get the sprint ability from Tomb Raider 3 into here, but I know it's possible with a mod, but I'd rather not do that right now. Okay, let's go ahead and save here in case in case we screw up on that again. And make sure you stay to the left because there is a boulder trap. And close that. Now we're gonna climb up the ladder again. But we're not gonna be here for too long, because we're almost at the end of the level. This circuit board will power up this the switch. This switch opens the curtain from all the way over there. Get ready for a fair amount of enemies over there. I'm at full health. Once again, close that for the final time of this level. Climb back up here and drop down here. Now I know that it's possible to actually skip a whole bunch of this entire stuff by jumping around this pillar, but we're not going to do that. Let's see if we can... No, we're not going to be able to here. We're going to need to actually... So that this gun was dealt with.
Uh-huh.
He'll drop a thing of shotgun shells and... a trap there, and there's going to be a whole bunch of enemies, like 2 thugs and a dog. So best to bring out the auto pistols right at this section.
Uh-huh.
Okay, now that those are dealt with, right over here, gotta pull this box out. This is going to lead to the switch. That's gonna open up another door above us. There's nothing. Right over here. Now there is I believe if I haven't triggered it, there's that sandbag trap. I want to trigger that before dealing with this thug. Don't bother going down, and we're not gonna bother going down here because since he does not have anything that he drops. I don't think there's any. That's just down there. That's just a door that will lead you back up here. Okay. Open this up. This is getting towards the end. This is where the end of this level is going to occur. Right after this section. Before we actually go into there, we're going to save here because there is a mini boss that we are going to need to fight. And I think the better way to do this is to actually stay on this ledge over here, because he actually has two magnum pistols. Definitely don't want to fight this guy. Too close to him down there. Actually, I'm actually going to. Using the shotgun is actually the best choice to actually use it in order to engage with this guy. But there's also two more gunmen that are down here. I do want to take these guys out quickly. one will one will drop
Uh-huh.
a pair of Uzi clips and a small med pack, and the other one will not spawn until we flip the switch to the exit. There we go. Crap. I'm actually gonna like trim the video here, and then when we get to the where we need to go as far as the switches, I'm going to cut back to this. And after several reattempts at actually trying to get here and several reloads, this is actually where we're going to actually get the last button to which will open up the level exit. Now playing through it again, I actually ended up using the grenade launcher to blow up the final boss instead of the final mini boss instead of the shotgun. So the ammo count will be a little bit different later on, but that's fine because we pretty much got all of our grenades. He ended up dropping 3 pairs of grenades, and we're gonna be losing all these weapons in this next level anyway. I do apologize for some of the sloppiness, but now we're going to go into this plane and the next cutscene.
Believe me, but it's not quite the same now, is it?
Someday you will get a speeding ticket for the tongue, Fabio.
Hey, it's just a gut feeling that maybe you are wrong to look there.
Is your belief so fragile? Relax. Breathe deep. The gut, Fabio. It's no more direction than a simple through and out. Honest, but not entirely. When my father left when I was a boy, he confided to me that he was enlightened. Echoed by something greater than impulse. He possessed the Seraph. But he was just a disciple in this design. His death, plotting a path to be sought by the One, his son. You understand? Have faith, Fabio. Not God wrote. We are searching the right place.
I know it. I believe it, Marco.
Good. Heroes, have you fixed that rail yet?
Alright, so that was an interesting cutscene. And apparently I spent a lot more time than I would have liked on this, but with what was going on, well, you could probably understand. Some of the frustrations that people would probably have on this particular level. It's actually pretty long, and there's a lot of tedious hazards and traps here, but not as bad as another one that we'll get to much later. So this particular cutscene where Laura ended up boarding a plane, there was Marco Bartoli that actually was talking about the Seraph. And what that actually is a key into a monastery which actually holds the key, a key to unlocking that Temple of Xi'an back all the way in level 1 that we ended up experiencing, and that which is the home of the Dagger Xi'an. And the Seraph was something that was actually stolen from a monastery that unlocks the catacombs beneath it that holds this particular key. And they're trying to actually salvage the ship that we're going to be later going on, called the Maria Doria. And we cannot allow that to happen, so we're going to actually spend some time in the Adriatic Sea, which we'll be going to in the next level on the offshore rig. And I do apologize for quite a bit of the screw ups, as I am not actually a professional at this. So, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, I'm Crimson Thunder. See you later, everybody.